YouTubers, cinephiles, welcome back to another edition of Nerd with me, and I'm John Ricky. So it seems Disney finally gave us the sequel that we've been waiting for. Not Cars 2, 3, not Finding Dory, even though that was good, and the Toy Story 2 and 3, obviously those are amazing pieces of work. They're great. The only other sequel that we've been patiently waiting for 14 long years is that of Incredibles. Incredibles came out in 2004. It was amazing. It lived up to its name and more. Written and directed by Brad Bird, who at the time, the only other credit, he probably had more, but the main thing I remember him for is The Iron Giant, which is an underrated film. And Incredibles is, you can tell that it is his rendition of the Fantastic Four, with genders and role reversals on all the characters that you know from Fantastic Four, if you ask me, in my opinion. It was great. It had good family drama mixed with sci-fi action, even discovery, identity issues, so on and so forth. Even the creation of a villain through the slightest of means, which works so organically, and definitely has probably one of the best villains in any comic book hero story in Syndrome. Now, Incredibles 2 picks up almost exactly where the original left off 14 years ago, with them dealing with the Underminer, which, for lack of a better word, doesn't really go as planned, in a very well done sequence and action, and really worked well in showcasing their abilities. And unfortunately, it doesn't go as planned, but the public opinion is not really great on it, even though they're happy to have superheroes back. And that's the genius of this series so far, is the fact that, okay, the first one comes with Pride Before the Fall, fandom and obsessive fandom wanting the glory days back, whereas with this one it's about perception, I think is the main theme of this one, along with identity, and just in particular with like the kids, particularly Violet, just growing up into adolescence and so on and so forth, which they very much tackle well. And also gender equality when it comes to the fact that this movie is more about Elastigirl than it is about Mr. Incredible. And it's a very cool flip of the dynamic, of the power dynamic, and it works. It's very topical in this day and age. Now, everything in this movie is exciting. The music is great. The music done by Michael Giacchino, who usually works with J.J. Abrams, on Lost, Mission Impossible 3, so on and so forth. Dude really brings out the tone of the superhero genre with his theme music. It's incredible. And also, Brad Bird is back. He went away and did Mission Impossible 4 as well as Tomorrowland, even though that didn't really go down well, but he's back with Incredibles and he directs it just like he never left, even with certain film techniques that I don't think I've really seen in animation that almost makes it feel realistic. And there are a few of the themes that he delves into very well, but also there's some things I feel like there wasn't enough of, or even with characters. Like with this, I'm actually surprised how little Dash is involved with this. It almost feels like he's like a fifth tier character in this, even though he's, in my opinion, he's one of my favorite characters in the series so far. But they did devote a decent amount of time to Jack Jack. It was very funny, very interesting, and sometimes like Jack Jack, he has like multiple powers. Like you almost see like there's might be something to do with that in the next one, because some of his powers that manifest are actually kind of creepy. And it's creepy in a way, the fact that you're like, man, if he gets angry or if his family or anybody like really wrongs him in a way, like years down the road, you can almost see where they might go with number 3. I would love to see them go with that, but hey, who knows. But yeah, a lot of things that really worked with the original film, like for the fact that the villain in the first one was just like so good and really got some good screen time. Unfortunately with this one, the villain's like okay. I mean, you know, the screen slaver, like that's very topical, and it's like, oh, okay, right on the nose. Really cool, but in the end it's just kind of like goes down kind of a familiar path. Not saying that that's a really bad thing, but it does take away the freshness of the film, but it doesn't detract from the fact that it has some good action sequences, especially this one in the middle, I believe, with Elastigirl and a bike. It's used really expertly, and I never would have thought about that, and it's like, it was a really good sequence. And some subplots, like in particular, you know, felt like they didn't like take it to where it needed to go. It probably could have used a little bit more. I wanted more, but you know, that's also the good thing about this movie, is that like, I want to see a third one. It was fun. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it is a solid continuation of the series, and I can't wait to see another one. And on that note, I give Incredibles 2.
Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, man, I mean, it is a really fun ride, but, you know, some things worked, some things didn't, but still a high caliber follow-up to an incredible, yeah, pun intended, kind of, that set the benchmark for everything that has come after it came out in 2004 to today, how we see, like, all the Marvel movies, so on and so forth. It really set that mark. And another note, man, Disney, just buy the Fantastic Four properties and characters from Fox, and then just let them be on their way. Give the movie to Brad Bird to bring a great Fantastic Four, because you look at The Incredibles, they're basically his dress rehearsal to do the Fantastic Four project. Give that man that project. I'm sure he can do it excellently well. I mean, it would be amazing. Get on that. Anyway, YouTubers and Cinephiles, what did you think about Incredibles 2? Have you seen Incredibles 2? Did you love the first one? Were you around that age that it would have influenced you? Anyway, comment below, share, like, subscribe to us at Nerd With Me. Let's talk about this, people. Y'all have a good one.